Hello guys, and welcome to yet another iRONiX media video. So here we have an Android and an iPhone. So which one is better? It's not a wonder to find someone out there who is wondering whether to buy the Android or the iPhone. And there are lots of specifications that they look at, but one of the main considerations that they look at is the operating system itself. Is it something simple to use? Is it something reliable to use? And there are lots of many other smartphones out there with other types of operating systems. For example, there is KaiOS, which is mainly used by keypad phones. There is also HarmonyOS, which is used by Huawei, iPadOS, and many more. But the most ones that you should consider are Android and iOS, because these are the ones that rule the smartphone world. So which one should I buy? Let's find out. So the first thing that we shall compare is the interface itself. Now both operating systems boot to a home screen which similarly looks to a computer desktop. You know, all the icons, all the other stuff that are in a computer desktop. While an iOS home screen only contains rows of app icons, Android allows the use of widgets, which display auto-updating information such as weather and email. The iOS interface features a dock where users can pin most of their frequently used applications. A status bar runs across the top of both iOS and Android, offering information such as the time, Wi-Fi or cell signal, and battery life. On Android, the status bar also shows the number of newly received emails, messages, and reminders. When it comes to the user experience of these operating systems, in Android we have the navigation buttons, which are always at the bottom of the screen, one for going back, the other one for the start menu, and the other one for viewing the task list. While in iOS, they kind of embraced the gesture technology where you either have to swipe right or left so that you can go back to your previous application, or swiping up so that you can go back to the starting menu that is always your home screen. Now, while these operations may be different, many apps like YouTube, WhatsApp, and maybe something like TikTok, you may find that they all operate the same no matter what you are using, whether you are using iOS or Android. These applications will tend to remain the same. We'll tend to have the same operations whether you are using any of the platforms. So let's go over the exclusive features of the iOS and Android. So let's start with the iOS. Now, first of all, iOS contains the message app which is called iMessage. Now, this is probably the most popular iOS app. iMessages handles both SMS messages as well as Apple supported chat. Its integration with Apple Pay makes sending and receiving money via iMessage extremely easy. Now next we have AirDrop, and AirDrop uses Bluetooth to share files, pictures, videos, and links from the iPhone to any Apple device. It is very easy to use. And you find that in iOS you can only be able to share from Apple device to another Apple device and not an Apple device to another Android device unless you use a third-party software. Now, sharing Wi-Fi passwords is another feature in the iOS. Sharing Wi-Fi passwords between two iOS devices is a breeze. Simply hold them close together and a pop-up will appear asking you if you would like to share your password. The other feature is app offloading. iOS automatically identifies apps that you don't use and removes them from the device. Data from the apps is retained and they get reinstalled when you want to use them. So you can apparently like temporarily, it kind of temporarily uninstalls an application for you when you're not using it, and then reinstalls it when you need it. Now, one other thing that is easy when it comes to iOS is that setting up new devices is very easy. This is because Apple makes it very easy to switch from an old iPhone to a new iPhone. And when setting up a new iPhone, importing apps, data, passwords, and settings is easy. Because unlike Android, you have to set it up like a new phone. And it's only that nowadays in Android applications, since it's owned by Google, some of the Google applications will allow you to transfer the information you had previously saved from your previous phone to your new phone, information like passwords and such kind of stuff, but only if you had backed them in their server. Now let's come to the features in Android. Now, customizing the home screen is obviously one of the biggest features that Android has. And Android offers a lot of flexibility for adding widgets and customizing the layout of your home screen. It also supports other apps taking over the management of the home screen. Now, you find that in Android, you can be able to customize your home screen the way that you want, all the way from dragging your icons and setting up a new theme to your home screen. And to do this kind of stuff in the iOS, you'll have to do something called jailbreaking. Now, the other thing in Android is that file management is another easy thing. Android allows users to choose a file manager and also provides the access to the file system. Plugging in an Android device into a PC exposes the phone's file system as just another drive, allowing dragging and dropping access for moving files between smartphone and the PC. The other feature that Android has is expandable storage. Most Android phones come with expandable storage. While the phone may only have maybe 32 or 64 GB of storage, you can add a micro SD card to expand it up to 1 TB or even more. There is also the feature of multiple users and guest accounts. While iOS is a single user operating system, Android has an added support for multiple users and even a guest account. This is especially useful for sharing your phone with kids or with a friend who may need it temporarily. Split screen is also another biggest feature that Android has, and therefore you can be able to multitask and do various tasks at the same time. Like for example, you can open your Photos app and then open your Google Chrome app and operate them at the same time. Now in iOS, you find that split screen is only available for iPads, but you find that in Android it's available for both smartphones and tablets as well. Now when it comes to software updates, this is where the iOS fans have a lot of advantage. You see, iOS upgrades are generally available to all iOS devices. When Apple released, for example, the iOS 14 in the fall of 2020, it was made available for all iPhone models which were as old as the iPhone 6s, which was released in September 2015. Now, Apple cites hardware capability as the reason some older devices may not receive all the new features in an upgrade. And although Google does update Android frequently, some users may find that they do not receive the updates on their phone or even purchase phones with out-of-date software. Phone manufacturers decide whether and when to offer software upgrades. They may not offer an upgrade to the latest version of Android for all the phones and tablets in their product line. Even when an upgrade is offered, it is usually several months after the new version of Android has been released. Now, when it comes to the processors that these devices uses, you find that in Android we have the Qualcomm Snapdragon or even the MediaTek Helio, and in iPhone we have the A series, and you find that these A series are made by Apple themselves, so they are inbuilt processors. And you find that in most cases the iPhone tends to win when it comes to the processor speed. Like for example, the other day the iPhone 12 beat the Samsung Galaxy and the Google Pixel 5. Now, we are yet to see the battle between the iPhone 13 and the Samsung Galaxy S22. Which one do you think will win? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, the other thing we can consider is the availability of apps for both Android and iOS. Now, when it comes to Android, it gets its applications from the Google Play Store, which currently has 600,000 applications available. The Apple App Store, on the other hand, has over 1 million apps, and 30% of these are available for the iPad. The most popular applications like Google, YouTube, WhatsApp, and all the other common social medias that we have are both available for Android and iOS. Now, here are some of the pros and cons of iOS. iOS has deeper integration with Facebook and Twitter, and it is easier to post updates and share on social media networks since iOS is better integrated with these applications. There are also iOS only apps whereby you find that there are some applications that can only be used by iOS phones like Passbook, FaceTime, and mobile payments apps such as App Square, which are available on iOS 3GS, 4, 4S, and 5. One con I can say about the iOS is the limited customization options for the home screens. You find that only rows of app icons are allowed. No third-party applications are pre-installed by the wireless carrier. Users can only install apps from the App Store. That is unlike for Android. When it comes to privacy, iOS kind of takes the crown as well. You find that in iOS there is better control of the access that applications have to your private information, for example your passwords, your contacts, and location. Now let's go over to the Android pros and cons. Now, Android on the other hand has massive hardware selection. A large number of Android devices are available at various price points with varying hardware capabilities, screen sizes, and features. Now, the other feature that Android has is highly customizable user experience. You find that in the home screen, like we said before, the home screen can be customized with not just app icons but widgets that allow users to stay connected or informed. Google has fewer restrictions than Apple on what kinds of apps it allows in its Play Store. Moreover, you can choose to install Android apps from places other than the Google Play Store, and this you find that is not available or possible in the iOS platform. So based on the comparisons that we have done, which one do you think is better for you? Let me know in the comments down below. Personally, I love Android because of its ability to be customized to the way that I want, but let me know if you have a different comment or review. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have liked it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think about this video in the comments down below, or even the content that I'm posting. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. And don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned.